Here we go. The final injury report for the Eagles versus Niners is out. Plus, Jalen Carter had some big things to say as it pertains to the Niners offensive line. We also talk about a fan coming at James Bradberry and then's like, my bad, never mind. Hilarious. And last but not least, DeSean Jackson retiring as a Philadelphia Eagle. He also talks about how he knew that Jalen Hurts was going to be special. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Smash that like, subscribe if you are new, and don't forget to check that you got that notification bell hit so you know when we drop these videos. Let's rock. So the final injury report going into the Eagles versus Niners matchup, and it don't look that bad. A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, Lane Johnson, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Swift, and Milton Williams all good to go. Julio Jones, limited participant on Friday. His status is unknown. Dallas Goedert, doubtful, and Grant Calcaterra is also questionable. As for Fletcher, he didn't practice all week, but his status is still questionable. Unfortunately, Zach Cunningham and Justin Evans did not practice, and they are out versus the Niners. If Fletcher Cox can't go versus the Niners, we're going to need Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis to step up big time because we talked about the strategy of the Niners. They want to run the ball. Jalen Carter has some big things to say about that 49ers O-line.
I don't know. They got a lot of weapons out there on the, on the outside, but, I'm in the inside. I'm in the trenches, so I ain't hear nothing about the O-line.
We all know Trent Williams is on that offensive line, and he's a beast. But who else is there? Jalen Carter, when talking about the skill positions are good, but I got to worry about the trenches. Who we talking about in there? I expect a big game from him, not just because Fletch could possibly be out, but Jalen Carter is that dude versus the run and the pass. And the only way Brock Purdy is getting these passes off is if the run game is working, and it's up to Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, who's low-key one of our best run defenders, and Jalen Carter to handle their business. And when I say run the ball, I don't just mean with McCaffrey, right? They like to do a lot of different things, end arounds to Debo. They're going to use check as well. McCaffrey should be the focal point. But the way the Niners like to run the ball, again, they do it a bunch of different ways, a lot of outside zone running, and you got to be prepared for that 21 personnel with use check in the game at all times. They motion him, fake it to McCaffrey, and then boom, they got a guy wide open in Brandon Ueck. Again, at the end of the day, the last time we seen wide receivers taking running back snaps was against the Chiefs, and they ran pretty darn good on us, right? Kadarius Toney. So again, you got to watch out for the trickery. Is it McCaffrey? Is it Debo? Is it use check? 21 personnel normally means running the ball, but they throw out of that personnel too. So that's the only struggle. Well, the struggle, the biggest. And that's why that Niners offense is pretty good. Remember, the Niners are last in pass attempts in the NFL, but still ranked 8th in yards per game because of how dangerous their ground game is. So that is my main thing we got to take away from the 49ers. And we come out with the dub, although we're missing some linebackers who also play a role versus the run. Looks like it's going to be Nicholas Morrow and Christian Ellis. The Eagles did bring up undrafted rookie free agent Ben Van Sumeren, who has a beware of dog sign on top of his locker. Don't think we're going to see much except for big packages where we need 3 linebackers on the field. I could see DeSean deploying big nickel a lot, getting 3 safeties on the field, Cindy Brown as that guy who can play in the box and do a couple different things. But if Ben Van Sumeren comes in, he better be able to tackle. And you can't go into this game getting cooked with a beware of dog sign on your locker. Let me know your thoughts on that. Moving on, I do want to talk about James Bradberry. I think he's going to have a great game versus the Niners with all the drama surrounding him and Debo. However, he shared on IG how fickle fans can be sometimes. It's hilarious. The first message in his DMs is, pack your bleeping bags and get the bleep out of Philadelphia. Less than 2 hours later, he probably got that interception versus the Bills. Never mind. You chillin', big dog. Pizza at my place tomorrow night for Monday Night Football. You can't make this stuff up. In other news, sources say that Zach Ertz cleared waivers. The Eagles are expected to have interest. It's also being reported that he's looking for a contender. I don't know why he included the Buffalo Bills in his contender talk because they're 6-6. But the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Eagles look to be his landing spot. Let me know in the comment section, would you bring in Zach Ertz at the end of the day, with the injury juju, would it be to bring back another guy on that Super Bowl roster of 2017? I think that Zach Ertz to Philly is a no-brainer at this point. Let me know your thoughts, Eagle Nation. Speaking of an older Eagle, DeSean Jackson finally retires as a Philadelphia Eagle. He told us to wear the number 10 jerseys in the link this week versus the Niners. I'm curious to see how many people will wear it. But he also spoke about he always knew Jalen Hurts was going to be special.
Man, did I think it was possible, man? You should ask Howie Roseman the same question you asked me. I think I was lobbying for Jalen Hurts back when we had Carson Wentz starting at that time when everybody was like, why would we pick Jalen Hurts in the second round? I remember we was at practice and Jalen he was actually like the backup behind Wentz. And we was sitting back, me, Howie, I think Alshon Jeffrey at the time. And Jalen was actually going versus the starting defense because, when you're the backup, you go versus the one. So I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm just seeing him sling the ball, and he making crazy plays. And it was like, I look back at Howie, I tapped Howie, I said, Howie, I told you, that kid going to be special, man.
Greatness knows greatness, man. I love D-Jack's time in Philly, the first time and the second time. Remember, he played with Hurts for a little bit, but at the end of the day, I love seeing these guys come back to retire. Bleep Chip Kelly for letting go LaShawn McCoy, DeSean Jackson, just a crime of a trade and or decision. At the end of the day, I'm curious to see who's going to be rocking them number 10 jerseys at the link, and why do Niner fans continue to do this dumb stuff? December 3rd, we are at war. I don't believe in superstitions. I believe in my team. You mess with the Rocky statue, bad things happen. But here we go. You got guys out there at night, probably in the late part night, looking around like, please don't let no Eagle fans catch me. Man, Niners fans are soft. They're starting to get on my last nerve. I can't wait for this game tomorrow. What do you think? Is the curse real? Let me know your thoughts on the whole, you mess with Rocky, bad things happen. With all that being said, the Philadelphia Eagles are the better team. The 10-1 record says it all. I need to see a game called for 4 quarters. I need to see DeAndre Swift utilized in the first half of football games. What happened in the second half of the Bills game? Jalen Hurts played his best ball, and so did DeAndre Swift. Once you gave him the ball, things started to change. Jalen Hurts felt more comfortable with the run-pass option and just the ratio. Jalen Hurts has played a couple great games in the second half. He hasn't been that good in the first. I got to see Jalen Hurts' best game, if not his best, one of his better games. Who's it going to be? Devontae Smith, NFC East. We got to handle business today, get a cushion, but you beat the Niners by 3, I'm okay with it. A lot of people talking about close win this, close win that. A win is a win. However, we got the Cardinals and the Giants on the schedule. We're going to get some blowout wins, but to do it versus a team like the Niners, who are good, I got respect for their team. When they're playing football, they talk too much trash outside of football. Their fan base is getting on my nerve. A lot of y'all been watching, so let me know your thoughts as well. I'll hear from Niners, gang, bang, bang, whatever y'all say. But at the end of the day, I keep going back to the Eagles always find a way to win. They've been through a lot of adversity. The injuries are piling up a little bit on our side compared to the Niners. But Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, these are the guys you want on your team when you are in a sticky situation. The Niners game is weird. If you go down 10 like you did against the Chiefs and the Bills, you can't win these type of games against the Niners for the simple fact they're not going to throw the ball a lot in the second half. They're going to run, and it's harder to come back down 10, down 2 scores against a running team. The clock drains quickly. With all that being said, I need to hear from you, Eagle Nation. Philly Mike knows we're going to win. Let me know your score prediction and how confident you are in the comment section. And don't forget, you can get the Philly Dog hat and Philly Dog shirt, but we've been selling pretty good with the Air Hurts. Another run came up with the Air Hurts, so go get your Air Hurts shirt. They're on the bottom corner to the right. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike. Help your boy out. Hit that like. Drop the muscle emoji if you got nothing to say. Turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you at the live play-by-play with some Crown Rizzy tomorrow. We out.